Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and greetings, Ali Shannon here. Well, I'm here in my house in China, and it is a long stay for enjoying the vacation and of course enjoying the comforts of our own house. The thing that I'm missing right now is my 3D printing. I was 3D printing a whole lot. I was actually addicted to 3D printing with my two 3D printers, that are Geeetech MeCreator 2 and of course Creality 3D CR10, which I couldn't bring along with me. But hey, as I'm here in China, getting a new 3D printer is just piece of cake. So today in this video, I'm really happy to introduce this newest 3D printer, which is a desktop DIY 3D printer kit. It looks exactly similar to Creality 3D CR10 printer, but it is a different printer. Well, it's exactly the same when it comes to the look. However, the size is different, the printing size is of course different. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at this new Anet E10 DIY kit of a desktop 3D printer sitting right here in my feet. Let's take it outside the box. I would love to set it up right away and start printing something. I have ordered a whole lot of filament as well, so it's on its way. However, right now I do have a limited amount of filament. We will be able to print something. However, don't worry, I have a full spool of an orange filament. Hey, my shirt is orange too. So anyway, we will be able to print right away and test this printer and see how good it is, if it is better than Creality CR10, if it is better than Geeetech MeCreator 2, and I can enjoy 3D printing right here in my house. I have to print a blade holder for my Fast Devil 420. As you can see, I made a cardboard blade holder because I forgot to bring the blade holder, the original one, from Dubai. I left it there, or maybe it just dropped out somewhere in the packing, during packing. So I would create, I will 3D print a blade holder for this. I will 3D print a stand for my this little racing motorbike, RC racing motorbike, and of course a whole lot of things to print for my house, my own house here in China. So let's go ahead and take a look at Anet E10 right away. So opening the box, this is how it's packed inside. We have a bed sticker, a sticker for the printing bed. So having this in my hand, you can easily guess the size of the printing bed or printing area. It's definitely smaller than the Creality CR10. We have two white filaments. I wish I brought my 3D printed revolving filament holder, or the other one, two filament holders, but anyway, we'll see. It should work without any filament holder as well. Here we have the Anet E10. Check out the beautiful green color scheme on this, man. I'm simply loving it. It's exactly the same design as Creality CR10, as I mentioned just now, but with a smaller size. As you can see, the bed size or printing bed is smaller. It's a heated bed, of course, and it is adjustable as well. Okay, all right, so this is part one. Digging in more, of course, we have control unit right here, and the other side of the printer, which is a horizontal part with extruder on it. We have some accessories in this box, one power cable, okay, and then we have a control unit, which they say supports multiple language. Very nice design, man, very nice. I'm liking the color scheme, green color scheme on it. Alright, so this is the control unit, and some cables are hanging here. Of course, these are all the connections, and I also see a fan unit hanging on this side of the cables. Alright, so before I did not have to actually add the fan unit, everything was added on the extruder. Then we have a scrapper. Yes, another scrapper. I love it, man. Another scrapper. All right, and we have filament spool holder here. And finally, here's the other part, which is a vertical part of the printer. Okay, This extruder is installed here. It looks very small. Why? Because the fan unit is not installed on top of it. And at the moment other motors are hanging, I mean other controller motors are hanging here, because at the moment they are not properly tightened for the sake of installation or assembly of this printer. Nothing else left inside the box except that this is the filament holder which will go with the spool holder on top of the control unit. Not to mention, of course, there is a E10 user manual as well, which is in English, thank you very much. And of course it has all the parameter or specs of the printer, and also very simple diagram showing the assembly of this printer. So now let me go ahead and assemble the printer, and we'll start printing right away. Our Anet E10 3D printer is ready. Still there are some cables hanging around, and there's a mess of cable at the back side, but because I have to do a couple of tweaks before the printer will actually print something, so I will leave them right now just like this, and after that I will set them properly after seeing how all the movements are going on. And I also have to cut this long pipe for the filament, so I will adjust it according to the movement of the extruder left and right. At the moment everything fits perfect. It was really easy to assemble. However, when you compare the quality of this printer with Creality CR10 or Geeetech MiCreator 2, I'm not that happy with the quality of this printer. Let's just hope it will print really right. The first issue that I had was this fan unit. They said you can just add 1 and 2 screws and it will fit, but turned out that the sleeves for the screws inside this piece were just slipped or not made right. So basically that screw right here, this screw right here will keep moving, and it's still very loose. And for the top screw I have to add a lock nut right here just to secure this fan unit here. Apart from that, I can see the extruder moving, and it's kind of very loose, and the movements on this axis are not that smooth. I mean, with the Creality CR10 or other printers, when these things move, they're really nice and smooth. Now here the belts are loose. Probably I have to do some kind of tweaking for putting the right tension on the belts. Right here the belt is also loose, but I can see here that here we have the adjuster for the tension of the belt. Here I'm not sure. I have to probably see if I can move the motor left and right to adjust the tension on the belt. So let's not just jump to conclusions so quickly. These are just my feelings about it after using 2 different printers. This is the 3rd 3D printer for me. Let's just power it on and see how things go. Are you ready? .3D printer. Screen comes on. Printer ready. Okay, so here's the menu system. Bear with me, I'm holding the camera in my hand. We have prepare, position, control, configuration, no SD card, initial SD card version. We are running Anet 2.0 version. Prepare, we have preheat PLA, preheat ABS. I hate ABS, man. Now we have position, where you can move various axes, and auto home. Right now if I auto home, my Y-axis limiter probably is not working, so the motor keeps gurgling, and you know, the gears keep meshing. I mean, that is a bad sound, man. Anyway, then we have a control, so you can disable steppers, cool down, nozzle temperature, bed temperature. You can You can control nozzle and bed temperature, fan speed, flow of your filament. All right, then we have main, and we have configuration. In configuration, you have temperature configuration, where you have a PIDs. PIDs? Oh, can it run Betaflight? Or clean flight? Maybe, I'm not sure. So PIDs are here. Hopefully my PIDs are okay. I'm just leaving them as it is. Motion, I'm just leaving it as it is. Okay, store memory, load memory, restore fail safe. All right, and of course there's nothing more. The issue I'm having at the moment is with the auto home. So when I auto home, my extruder goes to home, touches the limiter, mashes the gear a bit, and then it's okay. But my y-axis, it just keeps doing this. So basically, I have set the limiter at the back side right there, according to user manual, exactly according to user manual, and it seems it's not working. So every time this auto home thing, I have to reset, and then the motor will stop doing that gurgling thing or mashing the gears there. I have no idea what is wrong. See, these two cables are connected exactly as the user manual said, yet the limiter is not working exactly. Anyway, let me connect my computer and see how things go. I have simplified 3D. Let me see if I can control more, because right now I'm unable to control this Z-axis. So let's see how those motors will work. Here are some issues that I'm facing with this printer now. It's been 2 hours. I tried the simplified 3D Cura as well. Seems like this limiter is not working, so Z-axis motors keep working and I'm sure they will strip the gears and damage themselves. So I'm gonna change the limiter from this one to this one, like from y-axis limiter to z-axis, and we will see if it is a limiter problem or not. The other problem that I met is right here, as you can see. One moment, I'll show you. As you can see, the motors, according to user manual, you have to connect these z-axis motors, one here and one here. Now what happens when the bed moves? You can see that this part right here, it actually touches the motor, moves the bed slightly up, and then goes back down. So basically these both sides are actually touching this. Come on, Annette, you know, I'm starting to get disappointed now. I mean, this looks like a Creality 3D CR10 exact clone and copy, but if you're making a clone, please make it right at least. And look at this. I already described that there was these screws are like the sleeves are stripped and they don't go in properly, and I have to tighten it. But still, you can see fan is you know, loose and it's like wobbly. Not happy here either. So now what I need to do is I need to take these motors out and, you know, rotate them this way so that the wire stays here, and my bed leveling this screw is not going to touch those cables. This is really frustrating for me. And if that limiter right here is really bad and not working, then I'm very sorry, and I think I simply wasted my time on this printer. Anyway, I'll try to fix it. If this limiter is bad, I might try to get one limiter and see if it works, and I will do my best and try my best to get this printer working. Well, Annette manufacturer, it is a little bit disappointing, but anyway, now the printer is working. Let me just recap what issues I was having with the Annette E10 printer right after assembly, and let me show you how I fixed them. So the first issue, these screws touching the motor's connectors according to the assembly guidelines. If you look at the user manual here, you can see the motors are actually connected, like Z-axis motors, both of them left and right, the connectors are on the inside. So what happens when the bed moves forth and back, it actually hits the connectors right there and goes up and down, and that will disturb your 3D printing. So the solution to that was very simple. All you need to do is remove these two screws, okay, and rotate the motor so that the connector is facing towards the back of the printer. Alright, now both are set and my bed moves freely, nice and good. Okay, now my limiters were not working, so anyway I swapped the limiters forth and back. Y-axis limiter started working, X-axis limiter started working, but Z-axis limiter was not working, and the motors were simply grinding the gears inside. Well, I opened it up right here, and what I found was that the Z-axis limiter power was loose and actually out. It was not properly connected. You can see it right there. This culprit was not connected properly, and I found all these little connectors are very loose and very easy. They come off or disconnect, leaving you with issues on your printer right here. So I'm gonna glue these things. Right now I fixed them. I'm gonna glue them so they will not come loose again, because every time I move this thing and if I bang it down harder, I'm afraid these connectors will come loose and again I will have issues. Anyway, let's try to center the printer. Let me position, go auto home. Okay, X locked, Y locked, nice and good. And now it is making some screeching noises, the Z-axis motors. And we are going to hit the limiter. Awesome. Stopped. Good. Ah, my back, man, sitting for hours on the floor setting this printer. Thank you very much, Annette. I mean, the quality is not impressive on this printer. The quality of parts. Many of the parts are actually 3D printed. Oh, and of course they have supplied you with one USB dongle with a USB TF card in it, which has a software, Cura and other software, and it also has STL files to many of the components of this printer that you should actually, for the very first time, should print and keep them in the spares, because those 3D parts are not very good quality and they're gonna give up very soon. I'm afraid of that. Anyway, now that the printer is working, let me fix everything. Let's start printing some stuff. Hey, thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and stay updated for all the new uploads. If you like the video, hit the like button and share it with friends.